Yeah, that's how the title race sounded on talkSPORT. You're with Sunday Edition with me, Sean Custis, and Geoff Shreeves. And I did ask for texts and tweets, and Geoff's mates have been on already. Geoff is brilliant at what he does. Sky Sports is a poorer place with his absence. I wish him all the very best for his future endeavours.
Is that my wife?
Dave Hand from Milton Keynes. I think you must know him, Geoff. See,
my mum's listening.
He's already scrolling through his phone, seeing who's giving him compliments as well. And very good he has been so far too. Geoff, you spent all yesterday doing your prep, watching all the games. And, I mean, in your previous life, you probably didn't get a chance to sort of relax on the settee and watch everything and look at it from slightly different view, I suppose, more as a, I don't know, an analytical observer, maybe?
No, not entirely true, because I think, as you know, in our job, whatever section of the media you're in, you need to keep up to speed.
Yeah.
So you need to be watching games. And it's not just the games, it's not just the goals, it's not just the goal scorers, but it's everything that's happening around it. There might be something said, or a player may reveal something about himself in a pre-match interview or a feature, which you could use later on. So, you know, you're 24/7. Of course, it's a fabulous life and a great, to be paid to watch football and study football is a very special thing. But at the same time, you do have to keep across as much as possible. And trust me, it's no chore sitting watching football all day.
No. It is pretty good fun. And Palace Man City got us off to a great start yesterday. Palace had a bit of a go. I mean, you always felt City would come back and that they would get them in the end. But for a little while, Palace just rattled them somewhat. Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was a good question from Sam Matterface there, and the right question. The fact that Manchester City are conceding more goals this season than they have previously. They're certainly more open to attack. Pep says, as long as we win the game, it doesn't matter. I think to a degree he's right, but it's so tight at the top right now. You just wonder, goal difference. That really could be something. That's part of Arsenal's strength.
So conceding that one late on, you think they'll be really cross?
No, what I'm saying to you is you never know. Goal difference could come into play. I understand where Pep is coming from as well. And also, let's not forget, massive week for Manchester City because they faced Arsenal, then Villa, then they play the early kickoff, and they've got a huge Champions League game this week as well. So to have come through the game, if you said to Pep before the game, you'll win 1-0 with a scrappy disputed goal, he'd be delighted. As long as he won. The most important thing was to win the game, which is exactly what they did. And he had to manage it. Foden didn't start yesterday.
No,
which
unbelievable.
Yeah, but that's why these guys earn the big bucks.
Absolutely. I was interested to see Kevin De Bruyne afterwards coming over to talk to the team from TNT Sport. Laughing, smiling. He's not always of that demeanour. Seems to be almost more relaxed this season, more appreciative of his football because he had a bit of time out through injury. Talked about the fact that recently that he had some time with the family. He quite enjoyed some of it. And he looks like, I get the feeling he's enjoying it a little bit more.
Well, don't forget he's just scored a worldie as well, which always helps your demeanour, doesn't it?
He has, but I always felt he was quite intense when he played for City, and he seems less so this season.
I would agree with you. I think, but he's 32 now. He's matured. He's probably more comfortable with the media as well, and he's got quite a wry sense of humour too. I mean, I remember last season, last day when they won the title, we're at the Etihad for the celebrations. And as we often do, you go on with a microphone and you sweep up the players during the lap of honour.
Yeah.
And I walked the length of the pitch with him, just chatting, just asking him stuff as he's waving to the fans and acknowledging it. And he's talking about how you've got to enjoy these moments. You've got to drink it all in. And here was somebody who clearly has dedicated their life, who absolutely, it was, if you like, it was almost a snapshot of what you're asking. On that occasion, he was smiling, relaxed and joking. I think it's because, Sean, he's one of those pros who puts so much into it. They are so serious about their job, about their craft. They are in the zone the majority of the time. So, again, I think it comes with age, with maturity, and it's good to see. Good to see him smiling, good to see him enjoying himself.
Now, Arsenal didn't really have a go at Manchester City when they went up to the Etihad. And, of course, came away with something. But they do have great attacking prowess. Do you think they'll regret that they didn't really have a go?
Well, you say they didn't have a go. I'd push back on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a strong argument that they had the better chances in the game. Probably the best chance was when Trossard, if he'd seen Martinelli, should have squared it. I know Ake had a good, decent header, first of all. It's not like they didn't have chances. They went there with a game plan. Mikel Arteta, I think, assessed that game and he said, right, if we go there and we go toe-to-toe, we could come away with nothing, which is, A, points-wise, hugely damaging in this title race that is so tight. B, if we cop for a big defeat, mentally, it could crucify us. So first and foremost, we do not get beat. We are not getting beat. But it's not just this game. Arsenal have got the meanest defence in the Premier League right now. So they weren't as expansive as they are normally. He decided best way to beat City, and others have done this as well, hit them on the break. That's going to be their style. Hit them on the break. They nearly pulled it off. So personally, I wouldn't be critical of them, and we'll only know whether or not that's a first-class point or two dropped at the final table.
Good yesterday against Brighton, and Havertz has emerged as a stunning £60 million signing, 65 million, who everybody now thinks, oh yeah, we always thought Havertz was good. No doubts about it.
Do you know what? When they signed Havertz, Arsenal beat Chelsea relatively comfortable at the Emirates, and he wasn't the story at all in the game. I think Arsenal won 3-1, something like that. And a member of the backroom staff of Arsenal said to me, what about Havertz tonight? What about? And it was almost, that was the moment where... And I thought it was a really interesting quote earlier on this season when Havertz was being questioned, and Mikel Arteta said, and I'll have to paraphrase him here, it was along the lines of, if you don't get Havertz, you don't get football.
Well, there was a lot of us who didn't get football when he signed him.
Well,
and a lot of experts on TV and studios that you frequent didn't get it.
Yeah, and absolutely. And now he's proving his worth with what he does. I think he's one of those players, Sean, as well. People question... another thing that questions him is his style. It's so languid. It looks effortless. It looks like he's not bothered, which, of course, is not remotely true. He is somebody, he's got so much natural talent. He's such an intelligent player as well. The way he drifts between attack and midfield. And, of course, he's added goals to his game as well, which is unbelievable. He's got an admirer as well. I don't know if you saw last night on X, or Twitter as you still call it. Sir Andy Murray tweeted, or put on X,
all right,
Kai Havertz, surely one of the best strikers in the Premier League.
Unbelievable. I mean, he's almost reinvented himself as a direct centre-forward when we thought he was just a lost central midfield player. I mean, it has been astonishing because, let's be honest, everybody doubted him. But well done, Kai Havertz.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.